down riffle.
Time for us to go to bed. Johnny, how you doing?
I'm alright. I'm just puzzled by some wiring. But I'm here.
He's wiry like my beard. It's getting really grey.
Whitey.
But yes, welcome to episode 64. Today we're talking about some ADHD. And we've got a special guest for this. Someone who seems to be having a good party in the lobby there.
He's loving it.
The only reason why I don't think anyone's commented yet is because he's in the whole thing. It's Mr. Fuzzy Brandon.
What is up, you mother... How you guys doing?
Just as well it's an episode on ADHD.
I thought let's just turn it up. Let's start by breaking Kirby.
Doesn't take a lot.
Cool. We're here. Brandon, welcome.
It's good to be here.
How have y'all's week been? Johnny, how's your week been?
Shit.
Really?
Well, it's been busy, but it's been alright.
I see you busy making stuff again.
I'm trying to get back into it. My printers have been a little bit of an arsehole after a little bit of a slumber, so
I can imagine.
we got to wake them up a bit.
Oh, I know that all too well. Changed one setting, the printer's like, I don't know what this is anymore.
Yeah, my little boat was better than I thought it would be, but it's still shit.
Oh, I spent like an hour bed leveling my my end of 5. Then I took the shit off. I'm like, what the hell is this thing doing? And then I look underneath the magnetic sheet separated from the adhesive.
Yes.
So I got bubbles underneath, which I couldn't see. So I'm like, that makes sense why it's not leveling.
Genius.
Yeah, so just vinyl stuff and just flattening this thing.
Yeah, my printers are just collecting dust up in my spare room. The other ones in the shed also collecting.
Well,
I've left resin in that vat for over a year now.
yeah, I think I'm just going to buy a new vat for
you
my
stir it
resin
first.
printer.
I mean, like, yeah, there's a reason for this, but yeah, my day was fucking shit. But enough of that. We're all alcoholics here, I can admit that. So I think we'll just go straight into that. Find out what we were drinking tonight. Johnny, I heard a lot of clinking, so I'm excited to know what you've got. Let's go.
I won't get too excited.
Shing. What are they drinking? Sorry, what were you saying? I cut you off there, Johnny.
You fucking cut me in half. It's not that exciting, so don't get an erection.
I mean,
Shit,
I'm all for getting an erection.
See Brandon's desk raising.
I can do that.
Mr. M. Vinyl, what are you drinking tonight? But Johnny, what are you drinking?
I've got some powdery lemonade.
Powdery, not even
Wait.
squash.
It's not squash, it's powder. Like cocaine.
It's like a huge
And a couple of bottles of Corona just to take the edge off.
Just to take the edge off.
Ever since I got
Oh.
vaccinated, those things, Corona tastes so much better.
I don't mind it. It's cheap, fills a hole.
Kirby, you're not going to last this podcast if I keep cracking shitty jokes like that.
Stop. Brandon, what are you drinking?
Buffels Fontaine Brandewijn.
Buffels Fontaine Brandewijn.
Someone translate that to English.
Buffalo's Fountain brown wine.
Yeah. Or bedacht for yourself, your rover bliksem.
Basically, it's brandy and coke.
Yeah.
Ah.
Says they spoil yourself. Spoil yourself, you rough bastard. Afrikaans is a beautiful language.
I got some fruity drink. Look at that, it's pink.
Fuck
Dead Man
me.
Fingers passion fruit rum and lemonade. I
would
ran
never
into
say
the
that's
offie
rum.
because I like got in like 20 minutes before this, and I just grabbed it. I'll see what it's like. But We're gone way off topic. We're here to talk about ADHD.
That's a perfect transition.
So, Jonathan. So we spoke a little bit
Whoa.
before, kind of like
Full name foul.
formalities, Johnny. Anyway,
Formalities,
Johnny,
Kirbython.
I want to know, what is your, like, when you hear about ADHD, what do you think? What is your interpretation of it? Because if I'm not mistaken, you don't really know much about it, or you don't know anyone with it.
Not really. Apart from you two.
That's clowns.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Good question, Kirby. You've opened up a world of who am I going to offend tonight?
Oh, go for it. I don't think you will.
I think it's just...
We can't pay
varies,
attention long enough to get offended, so don't worry.
varies by person, I would say, is a good phrase. I think it depends on the type. I think yours is very chaotic.
Who's?
Yours, of the Kirby variety.
Yeah, I'm all over the place. Just always.
Yeah, you bounce
Clean
around like a
football.
motherfucker.
I mean, Brandon's as well. I mean, because this is the interesting thing. Like me, I was diagnosed with ADHD when I was like 7 in school. That like, this motherfucker can't sit down. He needs drugs. So I spent most of my schooling career. There's the dyslexia coming out. Most of my schooling career on various different drugs and different herbal things and different therapists and different neurologists and all that stuff, trying to kind of like, oh, figure it out. Let's fix them. So much work that happened, but I've lost my train of thoughts here. But back then, like you never spoke about it. You know, you're the kid on Ritalin. You know, that kid got beaten in you know, in the playground and all that stuff. But now it's more widely accepted and more spoken about. And that's how, Brandon, that's how you found out, maybe you've got this little dingus, you know, scrolling through TikTok. So, I mean, that's why I wanted to, you know, discuss this, especially with you, Johnny, who doesn't, you might not have that insight. And, you know, you'll have those kind of, I want you to ask any questions you want. Like, how does your brain work? How does this, you know, kind of thing. Open floor. So that's why I ask, you know, how... You know, what is your perspective on dickheads like us?
I wouldn't say dickheads. I'd say, yeah. Well, I obviously have noticed Kirby, for one, is bounces from idea to thing. And before we came on, Brandon and me were chatting about projects we haven't finished, and it sounds like Brandon has a lot of them. So I suspect he does a similar thing.
Somewhat.
Very similar.
So, like, the way it works for me is that I just get distracted. I'll be excited to start something. For example, my Iron Man helmet, which is still there for like 2 years. You know, I printed the faceplate and I got that all finished, but I was excited to get it sanded and do the gold while the rest of the parts were printing. Oh, there's the rest of my helmet.
Oh, you want to see my Iron Man helmet?
You're not further than me. But
That's as far as I got.
But yeah, after that, I lost interest, and I was like, next thing. And then I got a TIE fighter that's up there in bits and all that stuff. Lego's the one thing that I seem to complete quite well.
It's got a manual, that's why.
Yeah, need them instructions. So Brandon, I believe, has hyperfocus, which is more so much attention onto something. Almost.
I grew up with the hyperfocus being sort of witnessed as, oh, you've got amazing work ethic because you can just buckle down and you just work. Where people don't know that it's actually like it's an obsession. Where like I would sit and hyperfocus until like 4 or 5 in the morning, then not eat, not drink, and then go, okay, cool. I think I'm done. Let me sleep for a bit and then continue. And the hyperfocus would be like a week, 2 weeks at a time. Like, so I brought out cosplay stuff. Like, I did one, then it sort of looked nice, so I just got obsessed. And then I ended up with this.
That still looks so fucking dope.
it came out really cool. Got obsessed with that. Decided to step it up, and then got this stuff. And this lost my train of thought because these motors I had to get from the States because nobody had them this side because they're a super thin service with metal gears. And then that sort of lost my interest, and then there were a bunch
Disrupted your
more things
flow.
up there. Yeah,
I
like
guess,
in the
yeah,
stuff
you're right
arrived,
there.
it was
You're right.
damaged, it was broken, and then I tried 3 times now to sit down and do it, and just
You don't have
getting
the
back
passion
into the
anymore.
Arduino. Yeah, the Arduino, that bug is gone because the Arduino bug bit when I was making 3D printers. Got a 3D printer, printed another 3D printer, printed a CNC cut me. Then learned the Arduino, learned all that stuff, and then I just lost interest in that. And now when I see the code again, I'm like, oh, this stuff.
Yeah, it's quite easy to, that one setback, and you kind of like, you wait a couple of months or a couple of weeks for that part to arrive, and by the time it arrives, you kind of like, yeah, I'm not feeling it anymore. Johnny, is that what's happening with your R2?
Yeah, that got parked.
You know what? To be fair, building a full size R2, that's a mega project.
Dude,
That's
it's
a
the
big
shitload
project.
of stuff, and it's not cheap.
Well, that's like I said, for you, I'm sure it's more of a time thing than a.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where, like I said,
Yeah.
with the hyper focus, it'll be an obsession. So I would literally almost go broke building it because that's all I can think of, is all I can do. Like,
Yeah.
you
I mean-
can't stop.
Mine's more like I'm coming from work and I'm that tired and mentally exhausted. I'm just like, just going to collapse onto the sofa and do nothing.
So
I
Then
wish I could do that.
I come up here and I look around and I go, should probably finish one of them 20 things.
yeah, it's similar to a thing that I sometimes get. I think it's called executive dysfunction. That's when, like, in your brain, like, I've got these 6 tasks to do today, and there you are sitting on the couch, just being like, no, yeah, I'll get to them. I'll get to them, and then like 2 hours later, I'll even have Sarah telling me, you need to go and do this. You need to go and do this. I'm like, yeah, but your brain's just like, no, you're not doing it. You just. It seems like you're procrastinating, but meanwhile, you're just kind of in a little hole and you're just like stuck.
It's annoying almost. Like going back to the helmets, like this, like you guys doing 3D printing. Okay, cool. You fucked around with it for a bit. Sorry for the language.
It's fun.
You're
Yeah,
on the
then,
right
like-
channel, I won't worry.
Yeah, first 15 minutes you don't want to say anything else, then YouTube just buries it. Anyway, so
Timing.
these helmets and stuff like it. This was, I think, there's 6 helmets. That was done in a month.
Jeez.
That was a month that I just sat filming, printing, filming, printing, filming. I've got it all filmed. I've got time lapses I can edit, all that kind of stuff. Wanted to start a TikTok, and then the Iron Man helmet killed the urge for me. So I'm saying, like, that's what the hyper focus is. Somebody I'm sure would just stretch this over like a year.
Yeah.
Like, this is all I did for a month.
Well, I mean, that's enough. You could have project planned each step, especially for the Iron Man helmet. But I know that's something people with ADHD kind of struggle with, is that timekeeping and planning. I mean, like, you're all over the place. But I mean, I don't have too much of a problem with time planning. I'm usually quite good at sticking at it. Like if I set up a timetable, that makes me more efficient. And if I know I've got to complete this task in 2 weeks, I'll finish it in a week.
Well, that's so for me. I wouldn't say like time planning. I would say slot
Are you
filling.
opening peanuts there, Johnny?
No, I've just found a SolidWorks pop socket in my box of
Oh,
shit
nice.
on the floor, along with a wheel and some other stuff.
That's not random at all.
I'm going to ask some questions about what you're making there in a minute. Carry on, Brandon. Sorry.
Yeah, so I'll finish my point with you. That for me, it's more like a slot filling. So I'll have a project, a main project that I have to do. So like it's working on IT stuff, whatever, website, whatever. But the second I've got something that needs time, that's got a gap, we have to wait. Like something has to update on the PC. That gap gets filled. Like I can't stop. Like I've got to multitask all the time. That's why I have so many monitors on my computer because, like, while this is printing, I'm sanding that. When this is done printing, that should be done. That kind of thing. So there's never a gap. And then when there is a gap, I crash and sleep for a week. Like Monday. Monday was a write-off for me because I just couldn't focus. It's just, my brain was just shut.
Yeah, like Sarah's happy to go sit out in the backyard and have a couple of drinks and just chill. I can't. I need to be, my fingers need to be doing something.
You could eat.
The easiest example I've found of explaining what ADHD sort of is like with the loss of the mind stuff like that. Like, Johnny, when you brush your teeth in the morning or at night, or both, do you have to tell yourself, or do you just do it? What is your process for brushing your teeth? Myself. So, like with ADHD, you look at the toothbrush, you're like, I don't really have to do it now, do I? I'll do it later. And that kind of stuff. Like
that's me on the weekends. I'm like, I'm not going out.
Yeah, that's like you look at, you're like, I'll do it later. It's not important now. I'll get ready. I'll take a piss, whatever, do my thing. But in your mind, you know you haven't done it. But it's something that can be done later because it's not essential. Whereas, like, what neurotypical people, I think that's the right way of saying it, they just go, cool, just need to brush my teeth now. I need to do this now. I need to do that now. This is my list of things to do. Where I'll go, okay, cool. This morning I started brushing my teeth, then I made lunch, and then I made coffee. Where the next morning will be the other way around, and other mornings I won't even do it.
Yeah, like Sarah starts today. She cannot do anything until the bed's made.
Oh,
no. That's her routine. She needs to stick to that routine.
That's like neurotypical, which seems weird. It's like, how do you focus on? How do you, like, I go to the gym all the time. It's like, how do you get the mentality, force yourself to get out of bed and go do that every single time? I'll do it for a week and go, fuck, it's boring.
Yeah.
Sorry, so there's a bit of a delay.
That's the internet.
That's how your brain works, exactly. ADHD.
Exactly.
But Johnny, like, when you're watching TV, you just sit there and watch.
No, I tend to be doing stuff on my phone or something. I find it hard to sit and watch TV.
Sarah fucking loves it. I cannot.
I can't.
No, me and Vicky are both like that. We always end up doing something on our phones or laptops or something. Yeah.
Yeah, it's usually like I'm happy to watch TV and play a video game at the same time, or cross-stitch or build Lego or something like that. Like,
I'll fall asleep if I have to watch TV. If my wife says let's just watch a movie, I'm out. I'm out cold. So anything where I have to do one thing and I can't be on my phone, I've got to like do couple time. I struggle so much to stay awake and actually just do that one task.
I mean, cinema, that's what I love about cinema. It's like, if I really want to watch a movie that I really want to watch, I'll go see it in the cinema. I'll go pay the money for it because I'm forced to put my phone in my pocket. Because it's so dark, you immerse yourself so much more. And it's so easy. I can't do that on my own couch. Like, the temptation to pull my phone out, or the temptation to go check something on the internet, or, you know, if I have a print running, which has been like 2 years, I'll go check on that. And yeah, there's always so many distractions.
I'll buy 2 boxes of popcorn just to have something to do the whole time. Like, legit. And like the ice, I'll fuck around with the ice, all this stuff.
Yeah, that's...
I'd just stop bothering.
That's not a bad way to think about it, because like all human decency goes out of the window when you eat popcorn. You can't just eat popcorn one at a time. It's fistful, and then you're digging it out of your shirt. I love it. But like,
you can't drink that last sip of the drink with a straw without making a noise. Yeah.
But I mean, this kind of idea of you obsessing over something, like you said, you got a printer, then you built another printer, then you built a CNC. You got more and more into the making. You eventually bought yourself a Cricut, and you got yourself a mug press. And now you have a business making mugs, making stickers.
It's to keep me busy when work's dull, literally.
Yeah, but
you've turned
that kind of distraction, that or let's fill the time slot with this, into a way to make money, which I think is very interesting.
It's a hyper focus of selling and pitching, and yeah, that's why I did well as a salesman, because I can always I can focus in on one person, and just mind goes. Like you and I know when we play games together, it's that when I'm talking shit, essentially, it's there, and the words just come. Whereas if I'm by myself, like I'm fiddling, I'm doing you can see the whole time I'm moving, I'm touching my beard, my legs are going. Like there's no sitting still, but with the 3D printer, that just birthed other things. Like the 3D printer was printing stuff. Then I wanted things that were stronger, so I got the CNC. Then I got tired of trying to paint things, so then I got the Cricut to do vinyls, to make stencils, to paint things even easier. And then the Cricut can do vinyls, that means I can do shirts. So let me make my own shirts. I got obsessed with doing the shirts, the mugs, because I always wanted certain mugs, and the mugs look cool. And that just snowballs into stuff now, where now I'm buying printable vinyl to make stickers. I've got clear vinyl for other stuff. I've got tattoo paper to make tattoos. Because I'm just hyper focusing on that.
The temporary tattoos and that.
Temporary tattoos, yeah. I found paper that does that. And I'm buying that stuff and then doing that and fiddling with that and then going, okay, cool. I figured it out. I've perfected it. Maybe I can make some money. Would you like to buy this to sort of try and offset the cost of things? Me getting to making the 3D design literally was, nobody has made this. I need to make it myself. How do I do that? And then I started on 1-2-3 design, that old AutoCAD thing. And that was my obsession. And just the first time I made a screw was took a rhombus, cut it in half, tilted it, and stacked it. And then there was my manufacturer
That's it. It's a smart way to do a little screw thread.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then subtract the other side. And there was that model that I won for my manufacturing. I had a contact lens case for my wife.
Is that how you made the screw thread for that?
Yes. Took a rhombus, cut it, and stacked it. So I've had no education. So this is 1-2-3 design. So it's like Tinkercad. It's just blocks and shapes and manipulation. Then I started learning Fusion because it was free. I even downloaded SolidWorks. I saw what Kirby was doing growing up, and I got obsessed with the Halo because all I wanted to do was Halo.
Legitimately, right?
No. I saw the price, and there was not a chance I'm doing it legit. But in SolidWorks' defense, to get a good pirated version is flipping difficult. I got one, and it took an hour to install. And then I watched your videos. I was like, oh, Kirby makes it look easy. So I was like, I don't know what the hell I'm doing. And then for me to learn sketching in Fusion completely broke me because I taught myself with either subtractive design where I would start with a cube and then cut things off of it. And then started doing the sketches. I'm like, this is weird. And then I got used to it. I'm like, this is awesome.
But you can still do that in Fusion and SolidWorks. You can still make a box and cut away at it.
But starting from a sketch to get your base shape is a lot easier now to get the weird shape on a 2D and then expand it and then add to it. Yeah. Where you get your symmetry and your automations. And so watching you guys, I've learned a lot of stuff as well.
There we go. I just saw I was wondering who the love letter was to. Because I want to chat about some of the champions at the end of our thing, some of the cool things that we got in there. So I've logged in there. Jonny, when are you getting yourself a Cricut?
Let's get back into making first before we spend any more money. I have been eyeing up a welder, though, for the garage, but...
Vicky will love the Cricut.
Yeah, that's the easier sell, Brandon. You're right there, but...
Buy her a Cricut, and then while she's distracted with that, you buy the welder.
I'm only talking a couple £100 for a weld. I only need it for a few bits and bobs, but who doesn't want to weld?
But what are you busy making then? Why do you need a welder?
Well, at the minute, I've resumed my electric skateboard project as of 3 hours ago.
You sent me some lovely pictures of a benchy that looked not so lovely. But I think that's just your filament. I think your filament's just a bit old.
Yeah, I think it's fudged. I'm going to order a new roll. This is what happens when you stop 3D printing for 2 years and you've got 12 kilos of shit.
I learned that with PTG. I'm like, oh, PTG wasn't that bad to print last time I used it. Left it open for a week. Couldn't get a
You know
single
what else is
print.
yeah? What else is mental? I've just been on Amazon. I was just gonna get a kilo of like bog standard PLA plus just to see if it is the filament. £18 a kilo. What the fuck's gone wrong there?
Jesus. That's double what we're paying. We got a lot of local guys in South Africa popping up, and it's gotten so much cheaper.
Yeah, it was like
It's
half
about
that price last time I had to buy it.
now.
And I used
think
to buy
it's-
in bulk, so I used to buy 3 kilo spools in a box of 4, and it would last like a few months.
I think like 5 years ago, like making your own filament was quite difficult, but it's just such a, because so many people are doing it now, it's so much easier to get equipment to do it.
Mm.
You know,
Well,
before
going
it was
into the-
specialized, but now that information is so accessible.
Well, that's my next thing. I keep seeing videos, but I'm avoiding because I know it's going to cost me money I don't have. Is turning plastic bottles into filament.
Mm.
I've seen that, but you got to be wary. 'cause
That
melted
I'm
plastic
obsessed
again.
with it. But I was going to get my perler bead obsession done. I keep googling and looking at different colors and stuff. That's my next thing, and then the baking. But
Yeah, Mr. Remington joining us. How you doing?
hey, Remy.
I'm lost again. But yeah,
So, Johnny, you saying you're making an R2 thing, weren't you?
I've got some of the bits. I need to do all the electronics and stuff. But that's like a whole nother ballpark.
What's holding you back?
Time.
So, if you had a week off to just focus on that project, would you be able to?
No, because I'd realise I'm missing loads of stuff and then I'd have to order it and then I'd do what you guys do and I'd never pick it up again for another 2 years. Because like you, that pisses me off when I have to order something that I forgot to order and then...
No, but you got like next day delivery and stuff like that. where I have
Yeah,
to
but not
order
for
things
some of
from
the
States and
components.
hope it arrives.
Yeah, it's easier, but there's still stuff you just can't get. Like the skateboard project, like you're ordering motors like this shit's not on Amazon.
I was thought it was. Well, there's a beautiful RC specialist place I found in the States, so I got all my motors from. They're
Probably
cheap
where
as
this come
well.
from.
Yeah, you grab the Amazon link and then you go to the actual store where it's like 20% off.
Yeah.
And then install Honey, you get a coupon. Hashtag sponsors.
Mm.
I wish. I mean, I guess that's also why like I stopped doing the Lego AT-AT scene, because I'd like spend half an hour on it and realize, oh, I need more bricks, and then 3 weeks later I'll eventually go to the Lego store, get another little bucket of bits,
Yeah, and then
spend half an hour building, and then it's wait another 3
and then you're like,
weeks.
oh, now I need another bucket of bricks. And you wait another 3 weeks, and then eventually you think, what the fuck's the point?
Yeah, because we're actually going to rip that all out because we're going to put a door there instead.
You put a door there.
Well, there's a wall over here. We're going to put a door there. Instead of our door in the
Oh,
kitchen.
where the window is.
Instead of where the kitchen is, we're going to go out the back there.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Then we can possibly get some bifolds.
Yeah, I can see the point, yeah. Don't mind me, gents, but I'm going to pop another beer.
Someone that drinks faster than me, it's amazing.
It's that Corona. He loves it. I don't know how you enjoy that. It just tastes like piss water.
Yeah, it's all right for a weekday evening.
It's a weird bitter beer.
So,
Yeah, it does have a bit bitter. Yeah, now you mention it.
What do you think of Mexican beers? That's I love. Mexican
I've
beers.
got some Desperados in the fridge, actually, or whatever the fuck it's called.
No, we get a beer here called Sol. S-O-L. That
Oh,
is-
yeah.
Portuguese.
No, Sol's
it's
not.
Mexican. Mexican.
It's a rip-off of Corona.
or is it Spanish?
Sol I can drink for days, dude. That's such a good beer.
No. I had a basic beer the other day and I didn't like it. What beer was it? I forgot. I don't know. But it was not fun. I think it was a Foster's or something like that. But I mean,
Foster's.
yes.
Why?
I think I was at the Bull or something like that and I panicked.
Oh, 3%. Might as well not bother.
Yeah.
Well,
Remy's
I
not
must
much
have
of a beer fan.
being South African, I just assume all you guys drink is Guinness.
No,
Being stereotyped.
not
I've got
Irish.
a pint of Guinness in my fridge. It's actually
Oh,
coffee
yeah?
brew Guinness.
You sent me a photo, yeah.
Hey, Jeff dropped in.
Oh, we can start finally. All right. So, Brandon, what brings you here?
Huh? What? Distractions.
Sorry,
Surprise!
party foul.
So, Johnny, I got a question for you. So now you're in the manufacturing space, and you're
Yes.
seeing stuff get made all the time. Does that not get your mind going for projects at home, thinking like, "Oh, I can make that. That's a cool thing."
Well, shall I
does
tell
that
you what the
just
problem I
shut
have
you
is?
Hmm.
I'm around manufacturing all day, and I design stuff that manufactures, and I design things for manufacture. So when I come in, it sometimes puts you off wanting to make anything because you're like, I've just seen this shit all day.
Yeah. You don't want to sit in SolidWorks after sitting all day in SolidWorks.
Yeah,
that's what I
I
was
mean, literally, today I was in SolidWorks for probably 5 hours.
Jeez. Well, that's what I was
Sending
curious about
emails
because
and fielding shit.
so my actual study profession is music. So I did that for 4 years, sound engineering,
Yep.
all that kind of stuff. So I love music. I love playing it. I love making it, all that kind of stuff. But when I was studying it with sound engineering, you pick it apart so much
Yep.
that when you're done with classes, you can't listen to music.
Mm-hmm.
So I've got talk radio on all the time, but then I can go to a concert and be obsessed with the concert, have a jaw. But then still, you pick it apart, pick it apart, pick it apart. So that's why I was
Yeah.
curious with you being in that,
No,
that
it is.
industry,
It is.
being like
Yeah,
so
I think-
neurotypical, having it.
No, it's you sit and design all day, or you're checking other people's designs, or organizing stuff that needs like doing, and then you come in. The last thing you kind of want to do is sit on a computer and design for 2 hours, 3 hours.
Yes, it's similar to my printers. Like, I don't want to print things at home because
Yeah, because all you do is watch
all
3D
day.
printers all day, so you're just sick of it. And like Jeff says, you just feel like you haven't got that separation from work almost. Now, I still enjoy designing stuff, but I probably do it less than before. Like before I left university or whatever and went into the real world, I would sit and do it every evening. Now it's kind of like maybe once a month, twice a month. But when I do it twice a month, I'll do it Saturday and I'll just bash everything out in one.
Yeah. Yeah, you can easily get
Well-
burnout from that.
Yeah.
So what do you get for motivation, like besides just chilling on the couch? What gets your spark going? You don't
in
have
terms of-
that hyper focus and that obsession. What gives you those? Oh, let me do a project.
I like a deadline.
What kicked your ass to start your skateboard again?
I thought it would be good for our regional event, so I thought I might get that shit going again. The whole board's got SolidWorks literally on it.
I really hope you crash it. Just
You're going
filming
first.
it or something. Not
Dude,
in a
it's-
bad way,
it-
just like stack
It's
it.
40 miles an hour. Is what it's geared up to do.
Just don't crash into a taxi.
Like
No,
that
I'm
doesn't
not.
sound fast until you got nothing between you and the road.
Put a bit of plywood. Yeah.
I learned that on a
Perception
skateboard
battle.
years ago. Like,
Yep.
like 20 k's an hour on a skateboard's pretty quick when you don't have anything
Yep.
to stop you.
The vibration from that just
Yep, I
That's
had
a
a
battery.
while ago.
It's
Ripped
a
my
beast.
pants from it.
It's going to be a beast. So,
Plug it into some granny's wheelchair and see what happens.
yeah.
When she's not
it's on
looking.
video.
It's like, it's 43 volts, 15,000 milliamps. It's a 12S5P if anyone knows batteries.
Oh yes,
that means-
yes.
I stopped at 43 volts. I'm like, that's almost double of 24 volts.
Quick math.
Quick maths.
But I got a question for you, Kirby. So now, when you're fiddling and learning stuff like that, do you learn by research or learn by doing or learn by breaking?
So the way that I learned design and that stuff, so let's go back to school. Okay. In school, I was on all sorts of pills and that stuff to try and help me concentrate.
Oh, I thought you meant just on the weekend.
Yeah, just pills. Ritalin and all these other kind of herbal things eventually, and tried this like therapy stuff,
Just gonna blow my nose.
Reiki and all that nonsense. That was all to try and get me to focus because in school, like I was just distracted, out the window, making little aeroplanes with my pens and that stuff.
Whoosh.
As soon as I got to university where I was doing something I wanted to do, something I was enjoying, suddenly I could put my head down and I can focus. And I really saw this in CAD design. I could just lose myself for hours learning and, basically learning as I'm doing versus just reading out of a book or some lecturer telling me this. I mean, when I did business studies, the way the teacher was teaching us was she put, you remember overhead projectors? She put a transparency sheet on there of a photocopy from a book and told us, write it down word for word in your own book.
I remember that. That sucked.
And that was every business lesson. Geography was interesting because it was you got to learn a bit more. I like the map work and that stuff. But when I got to design, that's when the way you learn is by doing. Here's a workshop for you to go and play with some pieces of wood. Go figure it out. Go have fun. You want to make some shapes? Figure out what machines you need to use to make those shapes. So when it came to CAD, I had a goal in mind, and I needed to achieve that goal. And I would, watch people's workflow, see how people went from A to B when designing something, and then take that information and translate it. Similar to kind of the way I play Minecraft, for example, is I'll watch people's Let's Plays, and I'll see how they play. And I'll see, okay, they started here, they did this, they did this, they did this. I will then go into Minecraft myself, and I'll do those similar things, but in my own kind of way, my own design, my own routine of doing it. But I take that inspiration of their workflow and take that into it. The problem is, because every design project was a project for university, I had 3 weeks to sit in CAD and just learn. But in working, doing design professionally, and once you're outside of that creative place where you can experiment, where a customer's paying you money per hour, you don't have that time to experiment. You don't have that time to explore. You just do what you know is quickest to make that project. So you don't get those chances to explore and expand. I wish that ADHD had better understanding known when I was. Can someone who doesn't have dyslexia read this?
I wish that
ADHD had been better
understood, known. Who's reading this? For fuck's sake.
You go.
It's an absolute fuckfest in here. I wish that ADHD had been better understood / known when I was younger. My path may have been less difficult. My narration voice could be better sold.
So when
Should I do
was...
I wish that ADHD had been better understood when I was younger. My path may have been less difficult.
Tingles. Just tingles.
Moist.
But yeah, like when I was diagnosed with ADHD, when I was like 7, it was ADD back then. I didn't have the hyperactive side of it. It was just attention deficit disorder. Mr. Remy, my cousin, he was diagnosed with Asperger's and ADHD at 30. Jeff, you're almost 56 and you're only kind of like learning about it. Brandon, that's actually a good idea. Brandon,
this year.
What was it that you figured out maybe that you have ADHD? Because I don't think you've been medically diagnosed.
No, I want to. So, what was the turning point? It was learning about hyperfocus was one of the big things. And then the little things on top of it where, like, say, how people structure their days. They put, like, blocks. Like, here's all the red blocks, here's the yellow blocks, here's the blue blocks. With me, it's sort of like, there's all your blocks. Choose some and hope they work today. That kind of thing. That was sort of the turning points for me. And then some of the people with autism that cross over to the ADHD, the stuff that they've said as well, where it's just like moving, tapping, doing this all the time, because your brain's going all the time. So you don't know you're doing this until you see it or feel it. But you can focus, it doesn't bother you. Your overall mentality it's there, but I don't know, like it.
Yeah.
It's hard to like describe, but a lot of the videos made sense of like, okay, you hyper focus, you like I said, personal relationships. You love a lot. You are there for people a lot. You hyper focus on your relationship with people. But when they break that cycle, you're like, cool, cheers, I'm done. That kind of thing. And then I was like, oh, I do that. Oh, I do that.
Yeah.
And eventually I was just like, hi, Mom. Did I have ADHD as a kid? I thought you did, but me and Dad didn't want to get you tested. We just thought you were very creative. Because I used to take things apart as a kid. Like, I would take things apart and rebuild them and repurpose them. Like, Johnny's got a battery powered skateboard. Cool. I took my dad's weed whacker apart and put the motor on a skateboard.
Exactly.
That would have been amazing.
Oh, it hurts. It hurts a lot because it goes a lot faster than you think.
Yeah, it's the sudden stop at the end that gets you.
Exactly. But then, like I said, my brother is perfectly like default setting, neurotypical, sporty, all that kind of stuff. Whereas, like, I would play sports, but I would get bored. You know what I mean? Like, I had to either be like in the front or at the back because I would be the goalkeeper because I could watch things. But if you see me as a goalkeeper, I'm like tapping my hockey stick on the thing and messing around.
Jeff says you're describing my childhood.
There we go. Well, welcome to the club, Jeff. Like, when I tell you I figured it out, it was about 3 months ago.
I don't know. But
One thing
I was talking about it just on WhatsApp was what led me to say, let's have a conversation about this. I'm sure there's others that would be interested.
we're realizing how different and similar we are. Yeah.
Like Jeff saying he's listening to us he's on Twitter at the same time, watching the Fast and Furious movies and writing a text document. It sounds like chaos. But it's the same thing. Like if I'm playing Flight Simulator, I'll be playing Minecraft over there, and then I'll get into like a loop where I'm flying from point A to point B. I've got like a 3-hour time point where I've got to do something. I'm in Minecraft where I've automated one of my macros to auto mine and do things like that, and then I'm sitting here cross stitching while watching all of this happening. You know.
Well, Minecraft's a perfect thing. Like where I would get obsessed with the redstone stuff. That was I would always build a castle, and everything in the castle was movable with redstone. Doors, lights, all that kind of stuff. That was like my Minecraft. I'd spend like 2 days just mining and resources, and then going to the surface and just building as much shit as I could possibly do. Johnny, what do you do in Minecraft?
I don't.
Well, there's your problem.
He's a butt, that's why.
I need to get into stuff, dude. I've got my PlayStation fired up again recently. We're
What you been playing?
Call of Duty.
That's a sweat. Sorry, I had to beep that.
Dude, honestly, I piss people off so badly as well because I'm just like a noob level 50-ish, and there'll be people on there like level 1,000, and I do take the piss out of them.
Call of Duty is one of my muted words on Twitter. I hate that game.
I used to play a lot of it, but it's just
No, I'm smug.
I played Call of Duty for the story.
I do like the campaign.
That's where I enjoyed it.
Yeah, but the price of the game just for the campaign, for the re-release remastered stuff, it's just.
No, I'm not buying the remastered
I'm one
stuff.
of the few people that played World of Warcraft for the storyline.
I tried it. I couldn't get into it.
Also in Warcraft days, dude, I went Warcraft all the way through with the Lich King, all that stuff. So when you did the Lich King sword, that was one of my obsessions. Like the link I shared now in the private chat, that's my first ever 3D model. So when I met my wife, I started learning 3D modeling design in 3ds Max, and I became obsessed about this. And I didn't know about symmetrical designing. So I centered everything. I did everything, and this is my first proper thing, like 1-for-1 with the 3-picture method.
I wasn't printed 1-to-1. It looks like it.
Yeah, no, it's long, so you can't print it big with the printers back in the day. And then I said, Kirby, like you were a massive inspiration for me with the stuff, and then I became obsessed with just random shit.
Yeah, of course you're following me.
Of course. Before you and I rekindled our friendship, I was like, I followed all your stuff because you were doing all the cool shit I wanted to make.
Like if you look at these views and then 900,000 views. I haven't looked at my stats in a long time.
No, millionaire.
Nah, not yet. Not yet. But yeah, like it's that kind of thing. You find inspiration in some weird places. You see something cool and you're like, yeah, I want to make that in something. You know, like maybe it's you'll see a cool. Like I saw a cool pub up in York, and I then wanted to build that in Minecraft, and I built that in one of my Minecraft worlds. I saw these cool SD card reader crates that we were speaking about last week, and I made it, you know. And that was one of those times where I just sat down, did it. 20 minutes later, I had what I needed. And,
my pegboard, that's the exact same thing. Where I need something to hold something, so then I just design it with hooks and then print it. Like a lot of the hooks behind me have all been custom made for what I needed.
Actually, I just noticed. It's actually 9.1 million views.
Gee, that's showtime. We did work for the company, so you had like an inside boosting, eh?
Not really. No, it didn't really work that way. I mean,
I'm joking, man.
Could have. But yeah, like it's as Remy was saying earlier, if he was diagnosed earlier, it could have hindered him seeing himself as flawed. I mean, that's exactly like how I always saw myself at school. I had to take these tablets and like seeing some of my cousins on Ritalin and that stuff, and you see how like just blank they are. When they come home from school and that stuff, they're like, "Oh, hey, hi, how you doing?" All that stuff. When they're off it, they're just fucking all over the place.
I did with antidepressants.
Yeah, but
Just
it's what I discovered is it wasn't me that was the problem. It was the subject. It was what I was looking at. As soon as I was doing something that I really enjoyed and I really liked, I could just really focus at it and that. But yeah, like tablets, they can alter you and change your personality and make you be some strange person.
well, here's like I've got a question for Johnny. Johnny, if you have an energy drink,
See?
what does it do to you? Do you get hyper? Does it make you level?
Nothing.
Nothing. If you have
Nothing.
3 or 4,
I haven't done that in a
Coffee and
while.
that. You enjoy your coffee as well.
I do like my coffees, but I generally find coffee makes me tired,
okay,
which
Johnny,
is strange.
you might have ADHD.
Probably. I
No,
wouldn't
legit.
rule it out.
It's one of the diagnosis things is that caffeine makes ADHD people sleepy. And the danger thing with ADHD, I didn't notice it until I actually calmed down on the energy drinks. If you drink a lot of energy drinks, your fingers go tingly because you have an overdose of vitamin K. Tingly fingers is an overdose of vitamin K.
I've got tingly fingers now.
That's just blood pressure. Don't worry, you're old. But when I learned that also from TikTok, because TikTok is so educational, when I learned that, stopped energy drinks, I slept better. I didn't have tingly fingers. I wasn't getting more tired. I used to work a night supervisor job, and I had like 7 in the night. And I was like, why do I never feel awake?
Mm-hmm.
Same as coffee. I have like 6 cups of coffee a day. I can have like, an entire pot of coffee. And every now and then you go, okay, something's wrong. But besides that, you chill. You don't actually feel more.
I mean, Jeff says, seriously, that explains so much. How do I survive without caffeine?
You can still drink coffee as it's an energy drink. It's the energy drink with the vitamin K because that's part of like their licensing stuff. So if you can get one that's sugar free without vitamin K, you're good. But coffee, you can have as much. The caffeine's fine. It's all regulated.
I haven't touched any energy drinks in over a decade. I haven't had many energy. I was the same. We used me and my buddies at university would go to what's the big Macro? We used to go to Macro and we'd buy crates of Monster every week. and just
Yeah.
we get those tall boys, the ones that pop when you open them, and just have like 2 or 3 of them a day. That was
They don't make those anymore. I miss them because you could reuse them. Now look at this like plastic thing.
I don't drink energy drinks, never have. Maybe it's the cocaine, potentially.
If you're not getting it from a clean source, then it could be. Yeah. Check your supply. It's almost kind of with bicarb and stuff, so just be careful.
Like I find now,
Always check your dealers, kids.
I get halfway through a Monster and I'm like, no, I'm bored of it. I'll drink a whole Red Bull, but I buy a Red Bull because I like the taste of it.
I'm the opposite. I buy a Monster because I like the taste. I don't like Red Bull. Can't stand
I
it.
do
think
like a
because of
Monster
that,
Ultra.
I drank so
Yeah,
much
the white
Monster.
Monster. I love it.
Oh,
I think
mate,
because I
it's
drank
like...
so much Monster.
Have you had the gold one yet, Brandon?
This is black and gold.
No, just gold. It's like it's Ultra, but it's a gold can. It's like...
Yeah.
When I was in South Africa, you had like 3 different Monsters versus what you get here.
No, we got a shit ton.
Oh, they've changed it.
So we got, I think, 4 sugar-free ones. We haven't had this one yet. Has it got that textured outside as well?
Yeah, hang on,
I got the link.
You found it. Yeah, that's the
ADHD,
stuff.
bro.
That is, honestly,
Come on, don't underestimate me.
it's good shit. It's, yeah,
No, I haven't
cold
had
and
one yet.
pineapple.
The white ultra I love, and then the what's that one? The fruit punch one's also freaking awesome.
Yeah, all the Ultra ones I really enjoy. But I am trying to not have them.
But ever since I learned about the vitamin K thing, that's for me calmed down. So I'll have like one a week. Look, I'll buy that now, not because I think I need energy. I'll just buy it because I want to drink that because I enjoy it. So
Yeah, that's
here's
what
another
I'm
question
like.
to you guys.
I like the taste.
How do you guys handle with moderation?
I'm only a mod on your channel, so
That was about doing things in moderation. How do you guys handle that?
what, like drinking? I don't.
Well, not just drinking, but like
Food.
drinking, eating.
I'm horrendous with eating. If I know something's there, I can't just have one. I eat a lot.
Yeah, you have to finish it. You bought that plate,
Even
you
though
finish
it'll
it.
still be there
You
tomorrow.
feel like shit, and you just
Yeah. Even
not
though
got that thing.
Like
even
you
though
buy
it'll be
like a
there
six-pack
tomorrow,
of-
I'll still have it.
like a packet of chips has to be finished. Sure.
Yeah.
even like a big packet. You can't just like
Yes.
Like I find it weird how people would like take like 2 or 3 sweets from a packet of sweets and then put it aside. I'm like,
No, just close it and I'll have more later. You're like, bitch.
fuck off. Thanks, got me. That's Mr. Remy also struggles with his moderation. Yeah, I mean, like I like food a lot. Like I love eating. And I love just the flavors and all that stuff. And I would just eat way too much because of that. I have to like mentally tell myself, stop eating.
Yes. No, that's like I was curious about that because, like, say for example, I buy this. I can only buy a 6-pack at a time because if I buy 12, there's 12 to drink. So I'm either going to get shit faced or I'm going to go to sleep. You know what I mean? One of the two is going to happen. Like with I buy a bottle of brandy, right? I have to put it further away so I can't drink it quick enough.
Yeah.
Because I'll just pooze myself away and then I wake up with a headache and go, what the happened?
Well, you got rid of
Delay's better.
you got rid of the fridge under your desk.
Yes, because I got shit face every night streaming. Johnny, you laugh. Ask Kirby. I'll be playing Call of Duty. I'm like, why are these guys so good all of a sudden? Who is cheating? And then the next one, I'm like, what the hell happened last night? There's like that much left in the bottle of brandy. I'm like, they weren't cheating.
Yeah, I don't really drink through the week now, but when I do have a drink, it's all or nothing.
Yeah, I
Okay.
would buy what I have.
Johnny, I think what we've learned tonight, I think you have ADHD, my dude.
Probably.
Yeah.
As Remy says, he's astounded how his mom would just buy a slab of chocolate, eat 2 pieces, and fridge the rest.
Oh,
That
no,
is absurd.
That
But
breaks
you got to
me.
eat the full bar no matter how big.
Well, what Sarah and I do now is
Try have a kid with a sweetie jar. Dude, my wife like buys a kilo of sweets. This will last him a month. I'm like, bitch, no, it won't. That'll last him a day. Middle of the night, let me go make a coffee.
I mean, like,
Hey, my fingers are tingling.
I keep forgetting we got a jar of Starburst. Every now and then I'll go and steal one, sit down on my computer, eat it, and be like, no, and then grab a fistful, stick it on my desk, and then open them. But what I like about Starburst, you can't just take a fistful and eat it. You got to remove the wrapper off each one.
That's what slows you down.
And that frustrates me. So what I do instead is I unwrap all of them.
I don't know why I can't lose weight. I used to get this.
Jeff seems a little upset with the censorship, Brandon.
I don't know. YouTube doesn't fucking like it when you swear. Like I said, also with like food, I can get a hyper focus with food where I get obsessed about something and eat it like non-stop for the whole week. Where like I remember when I was younger, raw 2-minute noodles. I would sit in bed and like chow 2 packets. Easy. I just love the taste, love the flavor, and then also peanut butter with margarine on the salmi. Just eat it, and it's so good. Make another one. Eat it, so good. Make another one. There was like also like an obsession I would have, and then eventually it would fade away, and then you're cool.
I mean, in university, I would go to the shop and buy a loaf of bread and a block of cheese. Because where I sat, I had my fridge, and on top of the fridge, I had a little snackwich maker, and that's where I kept the bread. So I make myself a little snackwich, 2 little sandwiches, melted cheese sandwiches. I'd be like, that's good. And then like half an hour to an hour later, I'll be like, I'll have another. Then I have another. By the end of the day, I'd eat a whole loaf of bread and a block of cheese in one day.
Yeah, no, but that's I think that's also like it's a type of hyper focus. So now I've got a question. Now that Johnny's been diagnosed as ADHD, Johnny, what's your last hyper focus?
I don't know. Probably work, which sounds shit, but like I'm replying to a work email, so I'd struggle to switch off.
Not being able to turn off. Yeah,
I struggle to switch off from work because I always just think
I
I'll just
run
do it
my own
now.
business. This is my working office.
Yeah.
This is my working office. I'm the same. Like I said to my wife before I came to the podcast, I'm like, technically, I haven't stopped working. Like I've got some more mugs to make. Just the power stopped me. Like it's like I'm sort of we on like stage 2 load shedding. That's we only get nailed once a day now. So it actually gives me the time to turn off and just do something else.
And that's I'm jealous of your load shedding. Jeff, basically in South Africa, the power has been so mismanaged that they are on a schedule of when the power.
You should see these lights turn on soon. Actually, it's 10 o'clock.
And there's whole apps in that track it, and they go through different stages where they'll have like, almost no power each day. To what stage 2 you get? How often is your power cut off on stage 2?
It's 2 hours once a day.
2 hours once a day. I know Remy down.
And then we were worse when you were here. We had stage 6, which was 4 hours twice a day, and then 2 hours once. So it was 3 sections.
Yeah, and I mean, Mr. Remy, where he lives down at the coast, his schedule's a bit more lenient. Like his stage 4 is the same as stage 2, I think.
I mean, I spoke to he's grid stuff, so they can't handle the influx of the load on the cables. Whereas like here we're on the plot, so it's also the things get nailed. This guy steal the cable and the power's off.
Yeah.
There was a guy 2 days ago that they found him cooked. He was still attached to the cable. He didn't check the load shedding schedule, so he just cut the mains.
Nice.
I mean, but with this load shedding, you're forced to stop. You're forced to do something else. You're forced to, especially because you got a kid, you're forced to go out, go do something, go to the shopping mall because there's power. I'm jealous of that because, like, quite often on a weekend, I'll sit here being playing just Minecraft or GTA role playing for like 12 hours each day on the weekend, and the weekend's gone. Where if I was forced to turn off because of load shedding, I would, maybe go out to the garden, go somewhere, go take the dogs out somewhere. You've You've got. I actually like the
Well,
idea of it, that it forces you to
No,
go out. And
it's
do
great,
stuff.
but like, so we've gone from stage 6 to stage 2 now. With stage 6, I actually had like a routine going where we would have that midday load shedding, like 12 o'clock. Then I'd get off the PC because I work from home. So then I'd go and pack the dishwasher, clean up the kitchen, hang the washing, and all that kind of stuff. And now we've been on stage 2 for a while. And then me and my wife are actually struggling to keep up with the chores now because I'm not doing this in the day because then I'm not paying attention. I'm just like, okay, cool, power's on, let me work. And then like with the load shedding, like I've gotten so into Pokemon Go because power's off, let's get in the car, go hit a couple of Pokemon stops, and then for 2 hours and drive back.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
Remy's inner guilt would never let him game for more than an hour, 12 hours of gaming. Like, if I'm playing a story game, I can do an hour or two, but when you're in, like, GTA roleplay or Minecraft, it's just so easy just to get lost because, for example, in Minecraft, you want to
easy.
build something and you're like, cool, I need to get the resources. So you go and you get the resources, but if it's an intense resource, you will build a machine to get that resource. And then you need the resources to build the machine, so you go and get those resources. And it just becomes this like, oh, I need to do one more thing. And then suddenly it's end of the day and you've been there for hours. And then GTA
3 hours in
roleplays-
Minecraft takes 5 minutes to pass.
like GTA roleplay, you could be like, oh, I'm just going to move my car from point A to point B. But like, you can get, in the middle of you can get kidnapped and then you're taken hostage, or you get pulled over by the cops and they find drugs on you, and you got to go through the whole thing of getting arrested and all that stuff. Meanwhile, you want to go and.
You know about GTA or real life? I switched off for a minute.
Oh, you should hear our voice notes to each other. If somebody listens to our voice notes, we're screwed.
You get the myth. Yeah, like the one voice note, like Brandon's like, could you fly and meet me at the farm and drop off like 100 meth? I need to grow some shrooms.
And then you grow some shrooms because I've got the LSD pickup later, yeah. But yeah, like so with the role play, if you get into like a good conversation and a good scene, yeah, time just flies by. Like I said, it's different with a kid because you get into big shit. Because you just say like, I'll be there now. Then you got this little one pulling you like, I'll be there. Oh shit, it's been an hour. Okay.
Yeah, it's quite easy. I mean, yeah, maybe it helps. There's no games that have my interest for about a year now. Like for me, the last story game that really gripped me was Red Dead Redemption 2. Since then, I haven't really found a good game. Minecraft kept me good, distracted. Good. Again, Minecraft, you can go in for 20 minutes and you can do something. You can go in for hours and do something. And then GTA roleplay, what I like about that is that because you have to be on mic, you have to hear. At any point you got an interaction, you have to focus on it. And you can't just like sit back.
You
like,
can't
while you're
mindlessly
driving.
play, yeah.
Yeah, you can't mic, you have to be focused always. Cyberpunk 77, that one didn't get me as much. Oh, his
bad.
power's on.
Let me just quickly
Hang on.
change the inverter.
Hang on.
This is the second time we've gotten Brandon's lights. That's the second time we've got you turning on with load shedding.
Oh, true, yeah.
Well, it goes on and off that
For-
fast.
Oh, they're 5 minutes late. Sometimes they take half an hour. And you see the Chinese in the group. Why is my power not on yet? I want tea and coffee.
Dean Giffy.
Remy, you must join us in the RP, dude. It's really fun. It really is. If you find a good group of people to play with, it's awesome.
Yeah, I mean, like quite often you just caught talking shit amongst each other. Like Brandon and I's play style is just more just hang out and call shit. Like we will, spend a couple of hours off stream or whatever grinding, and then when it comes to streaming, we'll be like, all right, let's call Skuk. So
Let's get some extra money.
the other day we got an RV and we decided to cook like meth in it, but like right outside of the police station, while Brandon stood outside with a barbecue flipping burgers to try and see if we can get the cops to come and ask, being like, what the fuck are you guys doing? Like, we're making burgers.
And a few people rocked up to grab burgers. You know
That's
your
the problem. It
weaknesses.
will throw me far too much. I know my weakness. Yeah, it grips you. It sucks you in.
all you can think about sometimes.
What I like about it though is that you can't sit and watch tons of YouTube videos about it because there are none. So you can't burn out like you can with like other video games where you watch videos about the video game that you're currently playing and then you kind of get bored of it.
What's that one guy on TikTok? But it's like his interactions are so short, and then I'm sure you have the same thing where you look at how he's playing, you're like, that won't fly on any server that you play on.
No.
Yeah. Well, it's entertaining to watch, but as in, like, unless you're actually captivated by the story, that's what I'm trying to do with my RP content. Is trying to get that story going, trying to
Build a story.
get it, build the story, build the characters, you get that. No, but it's hard because you got to build an audience around that story. Whereas like with like Battlefield content, Call of Duty content, you can just drop in, watch the guy get some sick kills, and then
And Remy's editing his stream where the robbery. Which is that the one where we're in the alien suit?
No, when we first flew into White Lotus,
Oh yes, yes. Where we
he's doing
got
that where we
fired.
frame the cop. Yeah, we got the cop fired.
That was.
So now that
That-
Johnny's gone, what an asshole! I'm joking.
It's good to see.
Guys,
he's got
it's a thing
shelf
I
up.
do. It's a thing I do.
He's
No one knows.
now we can actually see his background. He's gotten rid of the TV after a good year. There's a new shelf up there. Is that his
Oh,
Bible?
the shelf, isn't he? He has a Bible.
I don't
Is that where he keeps his weed?
Let's have a look. See, let's judge Johnny.
It's more like a diary.
I mean, I see some Lego sets over there. On the top
I
shelf.
see
over there.
a road mark.
I see a dog on the bottom left, doing his good stretches. Oh, he's got more Ronas.
Oh, Johnny was sobering up. Okay, just she's back. He's
Like
back.
ones.
So tell us about the shelf behind you.
The new shelf.
Yeah.
It used to be in this corner. I've had to move around.
What's in the corner now?
And a different pile of shit.
Oh, nice little table in there. Ooh, very
Ooh
nice.
la la.
I'm trying to
Must be my
reinvigorate
phone.
my
Come on,
making life.
Your new
I thought if
logo's
I'd have
done.
tidied up, it might. But it actually just made me think, fuck, I've not finished half of these stuff.
Oh, I like your bit of distraction by getting more beers instead.
He's on his new
Sorry.
hyper-focus.
They're only little bottles.
They're beer bottles. Okay.
Well, that's why I buy these 440ml cans, because those bottles go quick.
Big boy cans. So, I thought it would be fun to have a look at what some of the champions have been up to this week. Because
If I could even get on the platform, I'd also be a champion, but it doesn't work for me. Just saying.
just get good. Just get good. What do you think of
Who's
that?
your favorite champion?
Our favorite champion is Jesse Champion.
Yeah, boy.
Can you design me a MSI doll for a project? Challenge to all champions.
I might know someone else who could do that for you, but I'll. Buddy of mine, where is it?
I look at the organic shapes and I'm just like, no, I can't do this.
Well, I mean, this person made this in X shape. That's their first attempt at it. That's what's it? Subdivision modeling. Hassan.
What is, when you say subdivision, what is subdivision modeling?
There's
You start
where
with a
you-
break up
potato
the-
and turn it into something useful.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's where you
okay.
add like segments and you can push and pull
Yeah.
and
Yeah, that's what you do in like Blender and 3ds Max.
yeah, to a point.
What I learned.
Yeah. So I mean,
Where you work on
so-
planes.
Yeah, complain. There was one that I saw. Good old Betty Baker is often watching.
Good thing you prepped for this.
So
Good thing you prepped for this and you know exactly.
No, it's because they're always adding things to it. There it is. Betty Baker. Every week she uploads a fun tip. Like, Johnny, did you know about this?
Dude, some of the... Hang on. Zoom in a bit. I'm a bit blind.
No, it is tiny, Johnny. You're not alone.
Jesus Christ. Zoom.
Johnny, you like us.
Yeah. Help me.
You're going to pitch with your fingers.
The Q key.
Yes, I did know that one.
How do you always know about these, Johnny?
I don't know about all of that. I knew that one because I use it when I'm measuring stuff from center and things like that. As long as you do your designs from the origin or whatever the fuck it's called, because otherwise it doesn't work.
That's one thing I need to learn how to do is to move the origin.
Yeah.
I always get stumped by it. It's such a simple thing that most people know. I'm just like, I wasn't taught shit.
Once you realize why you start from there, when you start measuring things, you get in the habit of doing it very quickly.
But like, I'll start, and then the whole project would move to the side of the origin. I'm like, no, I want it centered, and then I don't know what to do from there.
Yeah, shit happens occasionally.
Exactly.
That's a cool little rendering.
Wow, that's a different... I don't think I've had Desperados for a while. Tastes a bit desperate, if I'm honest.
But
It's like Corona with a few shots of tequila topped in with some syrup.
one thing I found out, we all know Jose Cuervo tequila.
Sweet.
It's not a tequila; it's a tequila flavored liquor.
Was it?
Yeah, I didn't know that. I
Cheating
read. I'm like,
bastards.
I was just like, oh, I've been lied to. It just tastes
That
like
is a
shit.
bit-
It's not even
yeah.
tequila.
That is a bit mind blowing. Kirby, if you go up to the top, you'll see my post.
I did see it.
Mm.
How cool is that?
Yeah, that's the sort of shit I should be doing, but I'm too lazy.
Like, that's a completely 3D printed differential. Like, he had
Yep.
no business modeling those screws, but he did.
Might be standard
So
toolbox.
some of the movie models I get, those are insane.
Like,
Is this
yeah,
the guy that
he's-
has that little man that holds the steering wheel in the car with the FPV cam or not?
I'm sure he can add that kind of stuff in, but yeah, he's tested all of the moving functions in here before actually printing it. I mean, I'd like to know how you test the differential, how you simulate that.
6 skids, bro.
6 skids.
Wouldn't you put separate loads, you'd hold one of the things still and you'd see its differential.
I guess
Just anchor one.
You can fix one of them.
Keep
Yeah.
going. Keep going.
Yeah,
Keep
I've seen one
going.
up there.
Yeah,
Posted
hang
about
on.
our regional event.
Regional event. I've been looking at hotels, Curb.
Yep.
Busy.
Yeah, I'm gonna speak with Dan soon about that, because he needs
Yeah,
to book
bring-
his flight still.
Put me in the loop when next time you speak to him. I ain't spoke to him in a while.
Oh, these new infinite blades are awesome.
Oh, yeah.
Right, it's like changing boating, like crazy. Using like half the amount of petrol.
I mean, essentially, it's 2 propellers.
Yeah, you're getting double the output for single drive, aren't you?
Yeah, but also it doesn't make any vortexes.
Yeah, so you're
It's
not
got
fighting
no-
So
turbulence.
it's less turbulent.
There's no turbulence. There's nothing, and it's like what, like 95% efficient, something like that. And then your wear and tear is also almost nothing because you've got nothing eating away. at
Yeah, there's
the
no
metal
backload through your
resources.
prop shaft.
Yeah.
Fuck me, we're nerds.
But that's not
we
new.
were
That's just
ADHD
awesome.
nerds.
Yeah, that's not quite what you were aiming for there, Kirby, is it?
Still not.
That's
Just go on the image wars. Put
say prop.
propeller instead of boating, yeah.
Maybe propeller instead of infinite blade.
Did we not just say that, Brand?
I do recall it, but my ADHD doesn't.
I
me
saw
allow.
someone try and make a drone with it, but it didn't really work.
It doesn't
Didn't
work.
get
It
as much.
doesn't. Yeah, so I think what the guy said when he did the drone, it was the air's not thick enough, something like that, to actually get the same efficiencies.
Yeah. The density of it isn't as high as water.
Oh, come on, Kirby, get some YouTube Premium, man.
No, man. Why? It's free, man.
The amount of streaming services you have to subscribe to nowadays, you've got to be a fucking millionaire just to not see an advert.
YouTube. Kirby, I'll add you to my family plan when we're done, okay?
Oh, cheers, thanks. I'll add you to my Netflix family plan.
I've got Netflix. Netflix flukes you now, like they told me the other day. This isn't your house. I'm like, fuck you, it is my house.
Excuse me.
That's because so many other people are using your Netflix brand.
I haven't had a
No,
single.
my brother was jippoing it, so then I kicked him off.
I've not had an issue either, Kirby.
I think Titans of CNC did one of these plays, didn't they?
Probably.
Potentially. They're SolidWorks
Yeah,
champions. I've actually got to watch this ad because each time I click off it, it stops.
Kirby,
Fucks.
send me your Gmail.
You should have it already. Okay, I want to see it. Just fucking make it go.
Paused it. Oh, he's got the proto producers.
That's what it's called, a tordial.
Oh, you're supposed to remember that.
Of course.
You
you're
searched
supposed to remember.
Infinity and it worked, didn't it?
I'm bored already.
I
There's not
rate
much to
that, but-
watch. It's about
I rate it.
efficiency more than anything else.
I
There
rate
we
it
go.
because he designed it like a land speeder.
Oh, there we go. See, it's about the vortices and stuff like that. That's like its biggest benefit.
It's the lack of cavitation.
There we go. Cavitation. There was.
Yeah, they show. I just want to get to the video where he shows that. There we go.
My printers are making noise and it's creepy.
Did you hear what happened with Bamboo Labs?
No.
Apparently, it's starting the printers in the middle of the night and shit, and telling them that there's stringing.
Yeah, basically
I heard some of
they I think their server had a problem. So they reset it, and then it told everybody's printer that was connected to the server it needs to start printing. So it just started printing people's last jobs. And for people that like, say for example, some people store stuff on their printer, and suddenly their printer started printing.
Yeah, my resin printer does that.
I don't think I've had a single successful print off my resin printer yet, Kirby.
You got some nice looking discs.
Oh, I did my coasters, yeah. Oh, that's another project. Shit, that was another one, you see. You know,
ADHD, ADHD,
yeah, this
ADHD.
adding up this.
One of us. One of us.
Yeah, you know, you clear epoxy resin, you do it under pressure so you get all the bubbles out.
Yep.
I'm making a pressure pot out of acrylic so you can see inside what's happening. Because obviously,
Use that magic
normally
putty
they're all
from, King of Random.
hard fucking metal. You what?
You're gonna use that magic putty from King of Random because he did that with his vacuum chamber.
Did he? So again, I've had the top and bottom metal discs machined. I've got the acrylic tube in the garage. I've got the thread bar to hold it all together. But I didn't have any O-ring cord. This was 9 months ago.
If you're making a pressure chamber, please put ocean gates on the side.
No, it's going to explode, not implode.
It's a vacuum chamber. You don't. Vacuum chambers can't. Oh, you don't
No, it's pressure. Positive pressure.
Well, I thought you did vacuum for
Yeah,
resin.
don't you want to use vacuum for resins and
No.
silicones?
No, silicones you do vacuum because it pulls the air out before you pour them. But for resin, you hold
For
it under
resin, you do the
pressure.
same thing.
No, because the vacuum only pulls like minus 14 psi. Whereas if you go to 60 psi positive, it literally implodes the air bubbles.
So call it Ocean Gate.
No, oh yeah, it's kind of like imploding, I guess, but it's purposeful.
Just putting pressure for the outside. Yeah, a little submarine on
That's
the
yeah.
inside.
Like I guess because resin is quite viscous compared to silicone.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Trust me.
Or you can just pour from a very long height and that stretches.
No,
up
but
well.
with clear epoxy, it's not. It doesn't do it. I've tried, mate. And blowtorching the top to pop the air bubbles, you still get tiny little ones. It's a right fuck on. Yeah, not clear enough. That is Ocean Gate though. Nice, I like it.
The text
Hang on,
came up
has
beautifully.
the front come off?
Yes, it broke in the printer.
Yeah, it's about the only bit that was left.
No, I just grabbed the model and printed it. I didn't even bother to see that this was not attached. So like it started on the hinge and just like I had this like sunken thing.
Well, it's
I'm
more
like,
attached than the real one.
Yeah, I was thinking like, do I print the Logitech controller and leave it in the as well? But that's the printer. That's the 2-year-old. Just broke it even more. But my wife loves that I've got a resin printer now because she's gotten into doing her nails. She's like,
Oh yeah,
I need a UV light. I'm like, oh, I've got one of those nail things here.
yeah, exactly.
Sarah's used my UV box to do her nails.
See, I use
Because
Vicky's UV light to cure my resin. See, me and
I
Brandon on the
bought it
same
because
page.
it was way cheaper than buying one of those.
Yeah, massively.
I built mine.
Yeah, but in the UK, you got access to a lot more stuff than we do because I've struggled to find UV light bulbs. Nobody's got them, and then
I bought UV LED strips that plugs into mains power.
I can't find them, and if I do that, they're stupid expensive. It's like what £200 for.
Really? Oh, no, they're about a quid on Amazon.
I paid like 12 quid for mine.
Yeah.
No,
Took a box
look,
from
like
work
these.
and took like aluminium tape and just lined the inside of it and stuck the.
Looks like a cannabis grow.
Yeah, I've got one of those UV bulbs, those energy savers. Found one at an electronics store, and then it got smashed in the move when we were changing houses. So I got the lazy Susan and everything. I guess I had like a little motor going and all that. But right now it's just I got the nail thing. Just put that on. But it's got like a hand sensor in it, so you just put it on the model and it detects that there's something in it, and it just stays on. I'm like, oh, that's cool.
It works quite well.
Oh, my sinuses there. That's so much fun.
It's getting late there for you as well.
Yeah, I'm still putting this.
Why do they turn the power on when it's like most people are asleep?
It's the peak load time, so
Seems a bit fucking pointless.
the whole
Or is
country's
it because
got-
that's when
People are
when that's when the grid can cope when everyone's asleep?
Well, pretty much. Like, there's almost nothing in the mornings, so you have someone where you start with no power, which is
Yeah.
annoying.
Like I always tell Brandon now and then when he complains about load shedding, I said I'll turn off a light in solidarity.
Mm.
No, we have to make play. We even get moaned at now to not charge our batteries when load shedding's back because it's too much pressure on the grid. So people make alternative arrangements. They're like, please stop charging your inverters. It's drawing too much power.
or just buy solar panels.
Yes, exactly. Just spend 200,000 rand on solar panels because hey, that's what everyone can do.
Yeah.
I've
What did you
spent what £300 per battery. 4 batteries fell on me.
That's a lot.
That hurts. That hurts. And I got like £50 back in lead scrap value. I bought some
Space I
KC.
burned 250.
Yeah, dude, I was so bummed there because like even the battery supplies are they're taking the warranties away because it's like these aren't meant to be used every single day. They're designed to be backup power every now and then. But because people are draining these things flat all the time, it's even the solar guys. Where you need like 6 batteries to run your house, you need 10 batteries so that they all don't run completely flat and wear out the light. Because there's no warranties anymore. So you spend thousands of pounds on solar for your house, and then your batteries, which is the most expensive part, bombs out, and then it's sort of sorry.
I mean,
Country
Remy was
suck.
saying they didn't have power for a week, like 2 weeks ago. I mean, with you guys,
Yeah.
like if the power goes off for too long, you run out of water as well because the pumps can't fill up the water towers.
Yeah, they've actually recently put generators on the pump stations now. We had now in the one area, the one Northmead. Some genius put the pumps on one grid and the pump station on another grid.
Nice.
So the pumps would get load shedded for 2 hours. The power would come back, but then the pump station would be load shedded for 2 hours. So you have 4 hours without power. And the power would come back, and it will take 3 hours to prime the pumps and get the reservoirs filled again.
Genius.
I mean, it sounds
Absolute
like a
shit
good
show.
idea if like one part of the grid goes down for a fault, but not for like load shedding.
Apparently, it's like right where the two grids stop, kind of thing. And nobody thought like, maybe we should put them all in one place.
Yeah, what we're thinking. Hindsight.
If common sense was common, we'd all have it. That's all I can say.
Instead, we got ADHD.
I like common sense.
I'm a big fan of it, but I wish people would use it more.
I have it. I just sometimes forget.
Johnny, I work in IT, and the things you see is just. It's like working on Facebook Marketplace. Hi, is
Talking
this
about
available?
that, I'm selling a monitor stand if anyone wants to buy it.
Just
No,
a
I didn't think so.
stand.
Free
Yeah, just
shipping.
a stand.
Wh-
Do you remember when I
where's
used
the-
to have my monitors one above the other, Kirby, when I was
Yep.
moving house?
Yep.
Well, that's been like at the side of my desk for about a year and a half.
Have you put it on Facebook Marketplace?
I have.
Is it still available?
Of course it is.
How many people have
Are you
asked? Is it
interested?
still available?
No one.
Oh, lucky.
I had a guy tell me I must give him a discount because I live too far away from him.
That's his fucking issue, isn't it?
So the money he would have spent on the item, I need to now give him a discount so he can put petrol in his car.
That's
And I was very
again.
rude apparently when I told him like your petrol's not my problem.
Oh. Someone messaged me the other day that you've just reminded me. This scammer. Hang on, I'll dig it out and I'll read you through the story because it was a good one.
One of my favorite ones as well. They're actually like, can I please buy this? It's for a church. I'm like, okay, cool. I'll give it to you tax free.
Right. So I got a message off a guy I used to work with. Hi, how you doing?
Oh,
Said all good, thanks. I thought that might be the end of that conversation because I didn't really like you at the first place. I'm good, struggling for money. I went, really?
Oh no.
And then it was, yeah, I've started a new community development fund and I'm struggling. It's to help widowed, retired, and ill pensioners. I need $90,000. Well, we live in the UK, so fuck you, dollars. I saw your name and picture and thought you
It's
might be
freedom
able to
paper.
help. I just put, don't think so, mate. I'm skint. And then it was like, so then I thought, there's no way this is this guy. There's no way. So I said, where did you used to work? Just thinking, I'll just fucking trick you. I'll be honest, mate. I've hacked this profile. I live in the USA. Click the link and text me right now. I went, nah, you're all right. I ain't got any money. You're not having it. And he put, just click on the link. Text me right now. Hear about some of your friends who've benefited. And I just put, I think you're a scamming cunt trying to victimize people. I hope you get run over by a bus and bleed out slowly. He didn't reply.
good on you.
But they're often like very religious. So I said, would your mother and God be proud of you? Please answer me that. No answer. I'm like, okay. As long as you're happy with what you're doing. My favorite with Facebook Marketplace is the easy one to explain recently what happened when I was growing my chilies. I had a bunch of Carolina Reapers. So I thought, okay, not everyone has them. Everyone wants to try them. Cool. Carolina Reaper chilies. The advert was individual Carolina Reaper chilies, 100 Rand per chili in Benoni. Guy messaged me, hi, how much for one chili? Where do you stay?
100 Rand.
And I'm like, did you not read the advert?
No. Do you know what I like?
Why would they?
Is this still available? Yes, it's still posted. We take £2. It's on for 50, so probably not. No one pays full price on Facebook. No one.
No, I mean, like I sold because I bought like a whole bathroom's worth of tiles when The
Yeah,
dealer
fair.
told me you need this much. So I had, I think, 20 boxes of tiles left over that were sitting in my hallway, and I put it on Facebook Marketplace, and like one or two people were like, can you have it for less? Can I have it for less? Eventually, the third person asked, can I have it for less? I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. Yeah, I don't want them. Just get rid
Just
of
come
them.
pick them up and fuck off. Yeah.
Exactly.
I've
He
given
was
stuff
quite chuffed
away
with
just
himself.
because people. No, I've the Facebook Marketplace. It's like literally the world's most retarded people shop on that platform or something. I
I'm
don't know
going to
what
add Brandon on Facebook and look at everything he's selling on the marketplace and just send him
I got
shitload of
some
messages.
headphones. Got like one pair of headphones I'm selling now, and an amplifier. But I've had like, well, when they ask for discount, where the guy's like, it's like things for 2,000 rand, they're like, okay, can you take 1,500? I'm like, do I know you? No, I'm like, well, I don't have a friends and family discount, so unfortunately not. or you, because like a lot of them, like especially like South Africa, there's a lot of illiterate idiot people that have just figured out how to work their phones. So to put it as PG as possible, PC as possible. So the guy just to confuse it, like 2,000 rand. Okay, will you take 1,000 rand? I'm like, did I say it's half off? I don't see it in the advert anyway. No, what do you mean? I said, is there a 50% discount anywhere on the advert? I must have missed it. No, what do you mean? It's like, sorry, I am from Malawi.
From Malawi.
Dude, it's often the foreign guys that like, hi, I need it urgently. I need it now. I'm like, okay. Like, would you like cash or like I'll offer you this cash? I'm like, I prefer it at the same price bank transfer or EFT as we call it.
EFT. Yes, you
People-
guys still play bank charges as well. It's quite funny.
What's EFT stand for?
Electronic fund transfer.
Electronic fucking transfer.
Fund transfer, yes. No, but like we have it all the time where it's just they think cash is king, and I'm like, bro, the money means the same in cash as it does in my bank
Yeah,
account.
exactly.
I do not give a shit. Yeah, but it's cash. I'm like, then I still need to go to the bank and deposit. So you're actually making more effort for me.
They just don't want to pay the fees. Or that money's from someone else.
No, exactly. They deal in cash because it's all underhanded,
Hidden.
especially like in the African culture. A lot of it's in cash because they do like lobola and things like that, where they hand things over. It's all like
Cows.
show.
I'll give you 3 cows for your GPU.
I had a
Deal.
guy offer me a pair of shoes for a graphics card before. Some
I
Nikes,
was-
and I responded. I think you might have seen like I just responded. I'm like, I said, I'm sorry you spent so much money on shoes. I hope you can get your money back.
There's a
Or
kid,
something
in
like
GTA,
that.
there's a kid in GTA RP that like he was wearing these Nikes. And he was trying to rip me on my Crocs. I was like, but you got Nikes. Did your mom buy those for you? He's like, yes, like 2,000 rand. I was like, I don't care. I could have done a lot more with 2,000 rand than buy a pair of Nike
Well, it's like
shoes.
the one video where the Indian guy was tripping me shit as well. Look at your Crocs. I'm like, bro, at least my Crocs don't have a little tick saying they're good from the factory. My shoes are at least functional. I'm not the idiot like who spends too much money on fake luxury. I'm sorry.
So, what have we learned tonight? Other than Johnny possibly has ADHD.
We learned that Johnny has ADHD.
One of us.
Why not us?
Never.
See, you still can't pay attention.
We learned that Brandon does not like Facebook Marketplace.
No, he does not. What did I learn? I found a good like seating position on my desk.
Okay, well, that's taking you how long?
Like my leg is up, and I'm having a good time.
No, try this. I rest my feet on my batteries under my desk.
Usually my
This is
feet on
those
top of my
12-volt
speakers.
terminals.
Have you ever been shocked?
How many volts?
Dunno.
I've I've touched a Neo Transformer barefoot before, and so yes, I've been fucking shocked. Well, not Neo, it was a halogen transformer. I was changing the plug, and I didn't think, let's turn the lights off. That's what I'm doing.
No.
That reminds me when I got shocked outside.
Metal screwdriver, barefoot, boom, Brandon's on his bed.
Mate,
My
it
mom was like,
fucking
is everything
hurts.
okay? The power tripped. I'm like, yeah, my arm's really stiff right now.
My last place, we were redoing our office and we were putting new lights up. We were like, oh, we'll just have a fresh start, chop everything out. So I said to one of my team, I said, oh, is all the fucking power off? Yeah, everything's off. Just cutting away through all these cables. Bang! And I was stood on top of a ladder. I was like, fuck me.
Yeah,
People that have been nailed with a taser. So you
Yeah.
always tell if a guy's been nailed by a taser. Because if they have it, they're sort of like, don't do it, don't do it. People that have it, like, don't you fucking touch me. Those are people that have been hit by a taser.
like,
It hurts.
we got string lights out in the backyard, and I turned them on, and I noticed one of the bulbs had broken, but like the glass is broken, so the thing had broken. But the lights were on, and I thought I wanted to just touch the. I was like, oh,
Nice.
it's such a shame, and I wanted to put my finger in just to touch the filament.
Filament, yeah.
You are a knobhead.
But at no point did I think maybe not. It's on, and I just touched it, and it said, bang. So it's like,
I got one better. In our old place, I got sick of people hooting. So I decided to put an intercom at the gate. So wired up in the house with a little phone going, all that kind of stuff like that. Then went down to the gates. I'm busy doing the wires. And I needed a bit of extra length on two of the wires just to just to power whatever to trigger the motor. So I didn't bring my pliers, my nails weren't working apart my nails. Did that. And I had 12 volt 5 amps straight to my two front teeth. And what you just taste is metal. It's only like, oh, that sucked.
have you ever licked a battery, Brandon?
Yes.
Oh, mate. Have you ever put your phone charger in your mouth?
No.
Right.
Somebody clip that.
I was
You
tired.
look so happy
as
about
hell.
this. Like, oh, have you put your phone? I don't know if my phone charger
Honestly.
in the plug, but
I had my phone in one hand, I had something else in the other hand. I was needed to do something, but I was on the phone. So I just went and put it in my mouth while I was doing something, and then honestly, it burns your tongue.
oh, you talking about just the cable? I pictured you putting the whole brick in.
No, not the brick, man.
Yeah, I don't know where to put this right now. Burp, could you grab that?
We're at work, and so someone's trying to figure out, it's like this 9-volt battery in this car. It's like, does this have power? And the one guy was like, oh, I'll go get the multimeter. I'm like, no, man. Stuck it on my tongue. I was like, yeah, it's got power. And everybody in the office were like, what are you doing? I was like, have you never licked a battery? And they're like, no. I'm like, yeah, try it.
You learn
And
as
I
you
think-
get older that batteries with charge don't bounce. You just drop a battery on the table. It's fully charged, it doesn't bounce. It's denser.
Really?
Yeah,
Fuck me, you just blown up. What about a rechargeable battery? Does that have an effect?
same thing.
I should do the same thing.
Yeah, you just drop it if it's brand new. It just sort of just thunks like a lead hammer. Just goes dunk, and if it's flat, it bounces.
Got a battery. It bounced. Try the other one. It bounced.
They're like bounce up, or does it just hit and fall?
It bounced.
You need to check the voltage first, and then
I was going to say, Kirby, are these charged
why
or
not
not?
you just
Or are
throw
they
batteries on your table?
they're
Like,
just random batteries on your desk?
It's got this power.
no, when they're flat, they get airborne. They don't just like slightly. Oh, that's my other obsession is freaking Pokemon. I was so jealous that you had the London Pokemon Festival recently.
That was a year ago, because now it's in Japan.
No, it was in London this year. Pokemon Go championships.
No, the Pokemon World Championship was last year because it's in Japan
No,
now.
the Pokemon Go World Championship was in London.
The Pokemon Go event, yeah.
Yeah, there was a mother and son combo. The mother's like 50 plus, and she got into Pokemon Go, and she came like within like 8th or something like that.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, I'm gonna meet the original voice actor for Ash Ketchum. Comic Con. I'm excited about that.
But I do feel like it's been absolutely. I didn't realize we were going for an hour 40.
I'm not
Question first. Question.
Go.
Has anyone else refilled their drink, or is it just me?
I'm empty.
Okay.
I've still got some red juice.
The amount of disappointment in your voice is just like, okay.
That's all right. It just means it's not just me that has a problem.
No, it's moderation because you've got ADHD. You're fine now. You've got an excuse.
Yeah.
You're fine now.
Yeah, thanks. I don't feel fine.
I'm so glad it's not alcoholism. What a relief.
It's like once I start, I just can't stop.
So you're basically a can of Pringles.
Yeah, straight down the bottom.
Pringles is also that's like who eats half a tub of Pringles.
I'll sit
Here's the
the whole
question,
thing.
guys: when you eat Pringles, you eat one or a bunch?
Or it depends. Like I will grab a bunch, hold it in my hand, so I have a little stack, and then I'll just put my tongue on the one.
Yes.
And then it just grabs the one, and then I howl.
Yes, I was going to say that same thing. Johnny, how do you eat Pringles?
2 at a time.
Do you actually just physically like pick out 2?
2.
Yeah. Okay, you're autistic.
I thought this was about ADHD.
This is about you and how much we support you, Johnny. We support you and we accept
Thanks.
you no matter what.
We support you and accept you.
Kirby will just shove about 20 in at once.
It depends. But usually it's just
Yes, then.
Those ghost pepper chips, you have to eat a few to actually get a burn. One at a time.
Honestly, I like them. I could that night at Kirby's bar, I could have eaten
I
a
found
few
a
of them.
place in London that sells them.
Yeah.
They're getting a lot more popular all over the place, especially the Korean that brand. I said to my mate Rainer or Solo Stalker, because he's a gamer tag. I said, like, if these didn't burn the shit out of you, the flavor is one of the best, like, original flavor chips I've ever had in my life. It's so good.
Yeah.
We'll probably be eating them soon, Saturday, for a good cause.
Be good fun. Yeah. I think this is a good place to wrap up the evening. It's been a good chat. We've learned a lot. Johnny's learned a lot about himself. We've learned a lot
We
about
support you and accept you.
We accept you, Johnny. One of us.
Thank you.
You know, you need to do this journey alone. We are with you throughout the entire process. Talk about your views.
So sensual. So
I
seductive.
enjoy that voice.
I assume you sent me this banner thing because you want to talk about it before we hop off.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, you guys get to plug your socials. If you can just plug that, so you can get some support. On Saturday, we are doing a Hunt Showdown in conjunction with Crytek and a bunch of people from the African Gaming League called the ACGL Showdown. I'm going to be competing between 8 and 10 for my slot, but we're going to start the stream from 7. There's going to be a bunch of forfeits and prizes for South African people. International guys, you can win game keys and DLC keys for Hunt Showdown. All support would be amazing. I am supporting the Rape Crisis Cape Town. It is an international charity, so you guys can support them. And we've got the Sarki Bartman Foundation for abused women and children as well. It's another charity that the other people are championing. We're going to be on the front page of Twitch as well at 12 and at 8. So please, if you guys can support, show some love. If you just got Twitter and search ACGL Showdown, you will find a bunch of the creators that are taking part, and the links are live as well. So, yeah,
I mean, if
I
you
hope
want
to
to
see you
give
guys there.
Brandon a follow on Twitter, You'll be posting, I'm sure, about it there.
Yeah, so we'll be on Twitter and we're going to be on my Twitch. Where the stream's going to be.
You streaming it on your Twitch?
Yes, we got drops enabled, so you can also win game keys and stuff via the ACGL website. So if you link your Twitch to the ACGL, you can and watch the streams. You earn a thing called embers, and those embers are sort of the internal currency where you can, if you're local, you can win UPSs, and ironically, all the prizes are like battery packs for your routers and shit. If you're international, you can redeem them for game codes. Like there's Call of Duty stuff, there is League of Legends, there's all the competitive games, the CS:GO packs and skins as well. So there's something for everyone, local or international.
Sounds like good fun. I'm gonna try and hunt you the fuck down this weekend. It's a scary game, so you watch Brandon guck himself as well.
Yeah, it's like a battle royale meets horror game. It's the first time I played it, I ulted forward by the final boss. It's a giant spider in a small confined space. I was like, nope, fuck this shit. I wasn't getting paid to stream it, so I was like, fuck it, I'm not going through this.
Excellent. I look forward to it. I'll give Brandon a follow at @fuzzy_Brandon. Hope I spelled that right.
That's on Twitter.
Twitter. But
X.
X.
We haven't broken up.
If you guys say anything about my branding here, because I haven't changed it to X yet, I'm not going to.
Yeah, here's another thing with the Brits over here and the South Africans. For you guys, it's X. For us, it's did you post it on? Johnny, what was the X is a click.
What's that?
Like mobile. It's X OBILE.
Obeja.
Obeja, yes. Roberta means I love you.
Thanks, mate. I love you too.
If you ever see a black South African, say to him, say, "You're a mampara," he'll give you a hug.
Don't.
I'm tempted.
Well,
It's the same as saying kurva to a Polish person, so don't worry, it's very safe.
Right, Kirby, just butcher the socials already so we can go.
all right. If you want to follow me, I'm at KJ Design 365.
Etiquette and creations for my good self.
Have you posted anything recently?
Have I fuck?
I love it. I love your consistency. I love your consistency. All right.
I'm consistently never posted.
I know, right? It's all about consistency.
Do you want me to put my little benchy on? Would that cheer you up?
Yes.
One of us.
I might.
On Instagram, we are at the Core Podcast.contact. On Facebook, we are the Core Podcast with O's 0. On Twitter, X, YouTube, and TikTok, we are at the Core Podcast. I didn't butcher it that much this time.
No, not bad.
It was good. Johnny, Brandon, it's been an absolute blast hanging out. I don't know where that hour and 50 went. It was good fun. Lots of beer, lots of educational stuff. Yeah, we were all over the place. We were so chaotic, but it was beautiful. I loved it.
We started off with you being broken, so it's fine.
That's fine. You fixed now, Johnny. We know the truth.
I wouldn't doubt it.
We love and support you.
You're not ignoring
thanks,
us. You're just
guys.
hyper focusing.
Yeah, genuinely, I aren't ignoring you. I've remembered something I have to do, and I'll just do that quickly.
One thing.
But it's fun seeing somebody else do it because I'm also like when I watch things back when I'm also like screen.
Well, yeah, because we've got our regional event, Kirby, haven't we? And I was like, you know what? We haven't posted about that yet. I'll just do that quickly.
So what do you guys have coming up? What's news in the creative space with you guys? What do people need to watch out for?
We are doing the. What are we doing?
UK SolidWorks User Group Regional Event,
That's what it's called.
Mark 3.
Yeah, hopefully we get more people.
Is that
Well,
open to the public? Can people sign up? Can people join?
They can.
Yes.
Is there any
Where's my-
links? that people
Where's
can
my
click?
dingers?
Hang on, oh fuck. Hang on. No, wait.
Also,
No,
if you guys have enjoyed the podcast, make sure to give Kirby and Johnny some love and like and subscribe. Because likes keep us having traction, and subscribing just means you
Messed up.
want to show some love.
But you got to use my link.
No, you don't.
Yeah, you do. My link.
No, you don't.
I've
they
only got
all
3 people
tally.
registered.
Dude, as long as you have
Open
4
both in
meals a year,
incognito. Open both in incognito. There we go.
I would.
And when is this event? What is the entry?
15th of November.
November's plenty of time to plan. I might have my passport by then.
Yeah. It's in Cambridge.
I have no idea where that is. Is that in England?
Yeah.
Yes.
Is it close to Scotland?
No.
No.
Very not close to Scotland.
Like that's one thing I'm gonna have to get used to if when I eventually move outside the geography. I just know London's here. Everything above there, I don't know. Eventually, you go straight up at Scotland.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's
you
it.
eventually hit Scotland.
Yeah, if
you
you go
come
London
past
this
me
way, you'll go
first.
to Wales. Yeah.
Don't go to Wales.
I want to go Isle of Man and to witness men with the
The
most
TT.
massive balls. Yeah, just I want to see what steel testicles look like.
Big nut sacks, yeah.
Yes.
Just imagine 2 big melon-like balls of iron.
Well, that's it. That's why they don't get airborne on the bikes. 'Cause
Yeah, the weight.
Wait. It's the only racing event where I actually go like this. I'm like, ah.
Yeah, they're inches
Because
off
it's so-
walls and
Oh.
yeah, it's mad.
But there's no room for mistake. Like I love rally, but it's sort of like okay, he's got a box around the bike. I was like, no.
So, fun
Anyway,
fact.
where was he signing off?
Yeah, fun fact before we go. One of my old maintenance guys at my old job is a maintenance technician for one of the Isle of Man TT crews. So he goes every
Is he a
year.
ball polisher?
He fills the fuel up and makes sure the bike works, essentially. But they finished 9th this year, so
Oh,
that's
nice.
my fun fact of the evening.
That's better than 10th. That's impressive.
Exactly. Just.
No, any of that. Like I've done Roof of Africa once in my life. And that was insane. So anyone that competes in that level of racing is just next level. So anyway, everyone, guys, thank you, Johnny and Kirby, for having me. It's been absolutely amazing.
I'm glad
Make
you
sure
gave
to
us
follow the
good-
SolidWorks stuff and use their maker links and all that stuff, and then support my charity stuff because I also want to plug. I'm popular too. I'll even show some cleavage. Should I do cleavage and the deep voice and confuse people?
I'll just make you feel.
And Johnny missed every single bit of that.
Yeah, sorry, I was deep focusing again, but I didn't really want to see cleavage, so you're all right.
Remy, do not clip that if you're still watching.
Oh,
If this is the episode he edits, I'm going to be...
oh, he's going to. He's going to. Eh.
Right.
Thank you for joining us, Brandon. What were you going to say, Johnny?
Bye.
Don't get yourself corona.
Run out. I've gone on a Desperado.
Oh,
dear.
yeah, I heard about Desperado. It's a new variant of corona.
It's essentially Corona with tequila in it.
Oh,
I've heard about all these
Got-
new variants of corona going around.
I think we.
Yeah.
Hey,
It's
Kirby,
a
just
stronger-
end it. Just
Stronger
end it.
version.
Okay.
Do what Ludwig does. Okay, bye. Love you. Okay, bye.
Bye.
Johnny Wave, come on, Harper.